What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, joined by...
Gershwan.
And today we're back to answer more questions in another episode of For the Greater...
I tried to change it up a little bit today.
noticed.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get those questions first. And that is what good old Adeptus, Novasat Gaming did. Nope, that's not him. Wait, what? Oh, there he goes. Juan Jose Mendivil. What is the ultimate facepalm moment of, oh, I have learned my lesson, then later, I haven't learned a thing in 40K? Is there a word for that? That's a really good question.
Facepalm moment?
Yeah, like
yeah, like duh type thing. So is he talking about in the lore or like you yourself as a wargamer?
We do both because I have both.
Yeah, I think the one is just buying things like codices and stuff like that, where it's like, oh, this is a great codice. Literally a week later, this codice is outdated. I should have just kept a battle scribe.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the ones that pisses me off is the last Orc Codex that came out. Or no, it was pre-order, and they had already FAQ'd something.
Yeah, that wasn't even out.
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, you can find the stats to the looted wagon in the FAQ that's going to come out later. It's not going to come out in the Codex that hasn't even come out yet.
Didn't they do it in a, like you needed another book to use the complete Codex?
Yep. So that's really like... that's a fuck moment. For me, I think buying new armies. I think ever since I started the channel, I've always thought like it would be cool to do like if I had an army for every, or if I had an army for every faction.
Yeah.
And every fucking year I say like, oh, every month I'm gonna dedicate to creating these armies. Never do.
Yeah.
So I think, and then I don't stop buying them. Like I still have like a bunch of unstarted minis, unstarted armies. So that's a big facepalm moment of like, why did I buy the Eldar?
I think that's more so if you're a battle report channel, because you can actually use these armies towards the channel.
Yeah.
Like if you trying to do an army and trying to buy it, and like you could use it for the channel as well, like talking about the item or the model that you're building, but it's not necessary. So I think that's part of the issue there.
Yeah. Now, as far as the lore, I think Inquisitor Cryptman sending the Orc Gene Stealer, or no, the Gene Stealer Brood to an Orc, but basically Empire, and creating the Octarius War was like a oh fuck moment, because like that never works. Like putting two factions against each other, I think they learned about it during the Great Crusade. Like it doesn't work. It's better for you to go out there and handle your shit, not send somebody else that is then going to end up like betraying you.
Yeah, I think for me it's anytime a Primarch has died, because then GW's like, we could have used this Primarch to make new models, new stories. Oh wait, this one actually isn't dead. You know, Sanguinius, he died fighting his brother that he loved. Awesome ending to a story of, brotherly love, and so much more can span from it. And it was over. They're probably like, shit, we just lost billions of dollars right there.
People be fucking up.
Right, because that is a fan favorite of the Primarchs, like Sanguinius. And for them to kill him off like that, facepalm.
Ridiculous. Good question, though. If you guys have any, just comment down in the comment section below. It doesn't have to be lore-wise. It could also just be like things that you guys have done in the hobby that you're like, oh, fuck. Selling armies is also another thing, too.
Definitely. My first army was definitely a huge facepalm, because it was like converted and I did everything myself.
And it's an investment too. Like it's crazy how ridiculous the prices have gone up. So like a squad of Ludas, which I sold for I think $15, will probably go for like 40 now. Yeah. I was like, fuck. Next question.
Mr. Snazzy Sock says, what's the deal with machine spirits, eh? What does and doesn't have them? If I had a painted stick, would that have a machine spirit? What about a prosthesis? Have I gone down an overthinking rabbit hole?
No, not necessarily, because it is like a valid question. Like, where is the line drawn for the machine spirit? And I think that answer really is up to the tech priest that's doing the whole thing. Everything is imbued, every technology, right? Every like piece of technology is imbued with some form of machine spirit. However, like the big ones, like the ones that are actual machine spirits, are AI, or portions of AI. Kind of like what we have nowadays, where it's like machine learning, not really super artificial intelligence, but like, not men of iron, I should say.
Yeah, because I was thinking of it this way. Like, essentially the machine spirit is the quote-unquote soul of that machine.
Yeah.
So what happens if the machine is replaced bit by bit until everything is replaced? Does it have a new soul? Is it the same one?
Yeah, and that's like part of like the whole quest for knowledge that the Adeptus Mechanicus is going or embarking in. Right. But at the same time, I think it's like it's subjective, and it's subjective in terms of like if you have a toaster, it has a machine spirit, but does it really? No, it's a toaster.
Right. But I mean, you could say that for people. Do people have souls? No, it's just the blood pumping and the electro nervous system keeping everything going.
Well, no, but there's consciousness in a person, and there's not consciousness in a toaster.
That we can interpret.
Well, I guess. Maybe.
Maybe we got to be fifth dimensional figures or things to
then
understand.
The toaster would speak to us. Maybe we just started the machine cult.
We would, yeah.
Follow us. If we start a church on the machine cult or the Omnissiah, would you guys join our congregation? We would host daily Sunday live events where we talk about the pursuit of knowledge. We try to better ourselves through the understanding of the machine spirit, and we all eat toast.
We listen to Metallica in honor of Forge Road Metallica.
Yep, that's how we start every. What is it called? What would it be? Mass? No, it has to be some type of.
No, the sermon's when you speak.
Every circuit. We could call it every circuit.
Yeah, Circuit Sundays.
Yeah.
We could create our own Circuit City.
There you go. Next question.
Marco Peña. Space Marines are tough as nails because every single one of them has already experienced heavy traumatic events early in their service and life. The implantation of the gene seed. It will be the most painful moment of any Space Marine's life as long as the aspirant survives the process. Because Space Marines don't use anesthesia or anything to numb the pain. They view that as weakness and cowardice. The apothecary will cut into the aspirant's chest while he is awake and strapped down, and he will implant the gene seed. The aspirant can scream, he can cry, he can even pass out. It will be the last time the young man will do any of those things, and the weak ones who are unworthy of this most sacred blessing will die. Such is the natural cycle to this life, and such is the badassness, the toughness, the strength of a Space Marine.
Where's the question?
I was going to say, do you think this is true?
Oh,
do you think because they go through the gene seed implantation process, they are psychically indoctrinated, both mentally and physically, with all the gene seeds, that's why they're so tough, so strong warriors?
Oh, okay. No, I don't think so. I think you're missing out on the privilege of fucking gene seed organs that are pumping like your brain with the proper, things that it needs. Like you're spitting acid. Like you're not the process of having your chest opened up without painkillers basically is not what makes you not feel pain later on. It's I think adrenal gland thingy that pumps like your body with basically its own painkillers. That's what makes you not feel pain, not the fact because like it's almost like if you fall off your bike once and scrape your knees,
you're not going to be I've scraped my knees, I know what it feels like, I'm going to be reckless now.
Yeah, no, you're going to be like conscious, and it's going to hurt even more next time because the wound is already like scabbed or whatever. So very different.
Yeah. I can see where you're making the connection, but honestly, I don't think that's the case because, I mean, Space Marines do get tortured on camera and stuff like that, and they do break. Yeah. So the toughness, the speed, the fighting through the pain, that has a lot to do with the black carapace, the armor,
gene seeds.
Yeah, gene seed. It's psycho-indoctrination. There's so much more that goes into it.
Yeah. Yeah, same thing with like the emotional and like mental element of it. Like it's not the fact that they went through pain that makes them good. It's the fact that they had a librarian going into their brain and like closing doors and like pushing down this, pushing down that and stuff like that. Because another element of like Space Marines is their ability to be so single-minded. Yeah. Only war, or like vengeance, only vengeance.
That's not really the case though.
Well, right.
Because if you look at any of the novels, there's personalities, there's wants, there's needs.
Yeah. But, like, those things are not like the human going through the indoctrination process dies. The Space Marine is born. So the human or the creature that is the person going through the indoctrination and who he was before, even if they went through super like crazy turmoil, that person's dead. Mm-hmm. That person goes away. What is created is a true like what would it be, like half prime or like the son of a Primarch basically. Yeah. So. But yeah, that's a good question, and it's fun to always explore that kind of concept because Space Marines are one of the most popular things, and we don't really like cover them too much anymore, just because we're kind of burnt out of like another Space Marine question.
Yeah. But yeah. This next one is by Anath and Dayar. If Las rifles literally have no recoil, why is it shaped that way? I thought rifles evolved to its current shape to help stabilize during recoil. Is there a better way to design a recoilless las rifle? I'm wondering if the battery could be moved to a backpack, letting the trooper maneuver the emitter quicker, so the power of a 50 cal, but with the quickness of an Uzi.
There's different variants of las guns that work that's kind of in that way. But also you have to remember that the las gun itself comes from a different era. Mm-hmm. A lot of Warhammer 40K weapons come from the golden age of technology.
Yes.
Just repurposed a little bit, and things could have been lost in the process, I guess.
Another thing too that I'm pretty sure everybody's noticed by now is like, why do tanks still look like tanks nowadays? They're in the far future of 40K. There's got to be some type of improvements. Why is there literally like 1950s, even earlier than that era, tanks being used by like the Cadian Guard, the Astra Militarum in general? Especially
when you consider like modern era weapons, like I'm pretty sure that the weapons being used in the current war, they're being used just because that's what is stockpiled. But if like the newest technology were to like hit the battlefield, drones, like non-stop drones. So like more of a Tau Empire style thing.
Yeah, because why waste manpower, money, ammunition? Because all that takes, you have to transport it, you have to take care of it. You can't just use a gun forever. It will jam. You got to lube it off and everything. That all takes time, manpower, effort. Just create drones, send them in. They're essentially disposable. It's just more efficient that way.
Yeah. Unless we don't know something about like no, this is a fake universe. But like exactly. I was gonna say maybe we don't know, and maybe like the tank is the most efficient thing. Yeah. But I doubt it.
Right, because they've created STCs to recreate these tanks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like Land Raiders are powerful and everything, but do you really need a Land Raider when you could get it done with a, I don't know, howitzer?
Yeah.
Is howitzer a tank?
I don't know. I just said yeah. But those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. It was a lot of fun, and we will talk tomorrow.
Right. This has been The Sound Alchemist.
Gersh1.
And we are out of here.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.